So I couldn't sleep last night like usual. Um, I couldn't sleep. I think I tried falling asleep with Bay around 1. Like we was watching a movie, and I just I didn't want to finish watching it. He wanted to go to sleep. I didn't want to keep watching a movie without him. Blah blah blah. And so I told him shut the TV off. Shut the TV off. Go to sleep, and hopefully I could go to sleep. But I couldn't. And I already told him if I can't for some reason go to sleep, then I'll just, you know, do what I got to do and blah blah blah. So I couldn't sleep. I was laying in bed trying to figure out why I couldn't sleep. I was overthinking, and then I got up because it was just blowing my mind. So I don't know, like something just wasn't clicking as far as me catching some Z's. So I got up, I went downstairs, I did a load of laundry, I started mopping the house and shit like that. Like trying to eliminate less shit for me to do the rest of the week because tomorrow's my birthday. I was trying to think, what should I do with my hair? Should I even OD? Should I what, right? And this is every year. Finally, I get to turn another year because for 2 weeks from March 24th to April 11th, me and my youngest brother are the same age for like 2 weeks. So that should be annoying. So I could never really go to sleep. I'd be trying to figure out, what's the vibe for my birthday, what's going to happen, what am I doing, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually, as I became a mother, my expectations kind of started dying down. Like, as long as I'm not upset, I'm not mad, my bills is paid, I have food, I'm in good health, all that good shit, then I'm good. But I still like to look cute. I still like to, just in case someone has the bright idea to like take me out or pull up or whatever. Um, so I still like to look cute. And I like the years when my birthday is closest to the weekend. Because usually my birthday falls on a Monday or a Sunday, and it'd be harder for me to plan that week versus when it falls towards the end of the week. I kind of like when it falls under the end. Like, I kind of like when it falls towards the end of the week. um, I gotta file my taxes. Yesterday, I received my new child support order, and I kind of opened it up. I read it, and I'm just like, well, good thing they put the whole thing for the rest of the year. So I already know what I have to pay yearly if the amount stays where it's at. I believe it's the final order. So at first I was paying 25 a month. That was the temporary order, and then I was ordered to pay $50 a week, which would have made the month equal to $200 a month by paying $50 a week. And that was okay. So around July, I was ordered to pay $25 a month. That was July of last year. And then sometime in November, I was ordered to pay $50 a week, which would have made it $200 a month. And then recently in March, I was ordered to pay $206 every week, which makes that $824 a month. So they already got it like I'm at 16K a year. Now, Sounds about right, right? Because if you thinking taxes, income taxes, blah blah blah, a child credit is usually around 6 to 8. Um, so it's pretty much that, but they want to treat a bitch like she don't know nothing. So I'm still like annoyed because I told the judge, currently I'm not working, blah blah blah. But I get it how they already basically have me knowing this. This is what you're gonna have to pay. This is a bill that's expected to be paid, and I get it because I'm a mother. But at the same time, it's annoying because it's like, of course, if I was someone else, in my situation, I would probably be like, why I gotta pay this nigga? I want my kids back, which is usually how I feel. But I know that, there's a higher purpose, there's a greater purpose. I want my sons to learn how to be men, young men from their father. And that was a decision I made before I even met Bay. So, you know, um, that is that. And so I was just a little weirded out because in February I received a bill. So I don't know if you guys remember in my previous video, um, when I got that check of a payment that I made. I made two payments that equal to $850 online. And then that was in November of last year. So in November of last year, when I got that new order, $200 a month, I made two payments and it equaled to $850 plus tax. And so in December, that payment was returned. So I got an $800 check after I made a payment, after I made payments that equal to $850. I received a check from the child support place returning $800 to me. I was hyped. I'm like, maybe my kid's father took off the child support order or whatever. But obviously, this was a tactic that was being used to see where my head is at. So obviously, and me not knowing what the fuck it meant, I tried to call them and they couldn't really verify what the fuck that meant. They couldn't really confirm what that meant. I don't know if they was playing dumb or they just, whoever sent it in, update the system on, oh, I sent this refund, blah blah blah. I deposited it. I deposited the check back into my account, and I wanted to save it, but eventually I ended up spending it. So, um, damn, I had an egg sandwich. Um, yeah. So I deposited the check into my account, and I wanted to save it. I ended up spending it, and so by February I received a bill. So this was around the time I was making videos like, I bet you these hoes gonna bill me still. I don't understand why they sent me the refund, blah blah blah, fucking up my whole taxes, because obviously if I made the payment for the rest of the year because of the new order in November, by me paying $850, that would have covered the rest of November, the rest of December, January, and even up to February. So they ended up returning it in December. So before the years ended, before, the whole 2023 was ended, whatever payments I made throughout the year, whatever I spent on my kids throughout the year, now it's 800 less. So I was upset about that because I knew that if anything where I'm filing my taxes, I get to put how much I've been paying for child support or how much I've been spending on my kids. Now I know whatever amount that is less than, it's less now by 800. How annoying is that? So you're ordering me to pay child support, but yet you want to return it, fuck up the numbers up, For what? For what? So that's when I'm like, that already seems like it's some kind of tax fraud going on between the court system and maybe the petitioner or some shit. The petitioners, his parents, they're city folks. So it's just a lot of dumb shit going on as far as me being a female and I'm having to pay child support when it's usually the other way around. Usually the female has to, well, usually the female places the baby daddy, the kid's father or whatever, on child support, right? But my situation is different. So I was annoyed about that. So then I'm like, okay, I spent it. I'm going to pay it back. I was even talking to Bay about it, like, I'm going to pay it back. So I'm going to wait on the new bill because I want to know if this child support order still exists or what. So that was in December. Now, February comes around, I get the new bill, and it's telling me I owe $350. So 1 minute I'm hyped because I'm like, well, it should be 800 plus, right? If it was a mistake or whatever. But it's saying it's 350. So I guess it didn't necessarily start from when the judge told me I needed to start paying. I guess they needed to wait until like the following cycle or some shit. So I already have that. So I need to make that payment because I haven't made it yet. I've been lazy to go to the bank and stuff like that. So 350. So now yesterday I received a new bill with the 16K for the year. It's telling me, I'm owing $206 a week, and I currently owe $103. So 350 from February plus $103 in April, the bill of April, equals $453. I don't know if I should praise God or be scared because from February, in the 350 is the 200 a month included, right? So whatever they decided to send me before that equals 150, right? That's the difference. 350 minus 200 is 150. So I don't even know how they ended up calculating that. So I guess it was still $50 a week. And up until February when I received the bill is when, I'm supposed to now make the new payments. So now by me paying $206 a week, a month, that means I'll be paying $824, which is not bad because I feel like by now I should be able to be making payments around that amount because it's like I'm paying rent. I did move, so it's like they want to see what my situation is like, I feel like. But I don't know. I'm interested in finding an attorney still, making sure my attorney agrees that this is what I should be paying. Making sure that this money goes to my kids. I'm not funding any of my kids' father's marijuana habits or none of that dumb shit. This money is to be going directly to my kids, and that kind of thing. I'm not funding his marijuana habits or his baby mother or whatever situation he got going on. Like I said, this money is to be going to my kids. And I'm kind of hyped because it's like they're getting older. My oldest is about to enter high school, so he better know how to manage his fucking money. My youngest, I have no complaints other than the lack of communication. But I find it ironic how February and April's bill equals $453. So now I recently saw an estimate, a doctor's estimate. I made an appointment for the day that I'm supposed to be due, just so that the hospital's aware. Listen, this is an estimated due date. I should be there, hopefully my lucky guess by that time. um I'll be good. So I'm not sure if I'll make it there by the time I schedule the appointment, or I'll be there sooner or later, based off if that's actually the day I'm gonna be due. Like if that's the day I'm in labor type shit. I could be having days or weeks before that, or days and weeks after. But the estimate, since I don't have no insurance on file yet, is equal to $450. $450. So this is just telling me court already did their homework. You charging me 206. I'm like, where the fuck does $6 come from? Because when I was supposed to be paying $50 a week, that equals to $200 a month. But now by you saying I gotta pay $206, I'm like, okay, that's a little odd. Like, that's a little weird. Um, I would have just left it at $200 a week. So now 453 and 450 is equal to $903. So it's like y'all creating bills for me. And it's making sense. These are bills that parents should have. So I was raised a little different. I always had like little pocket money. I always had munchie money. I always had lunch money. I always, but I feel like maybe this is the way I gotta do it. I have boys. So if every month $103 goes to each child, I'm good. Know what the fuck to do with that. You know? Um yeah, 103. And then eventually that's not going to be enough, and then eventually I'm expecting communication. No, I'm expecting some communication after that. I'm making notes and shit. um so yeah, so now I feel a little mature. Like, I feel a little mature because um yeah, it's like at least the court and some professors what I'm paying for my kids. um This is at least this out of whatever they get is coming out of mommy with the help of her man. So when you meet him, don't be disrespectful. When you meet him, have respect. But at the same time, that's already money. That's what you deserve. That's what you get, and it's on record. So for when I was younger, I can easily get $100 off my parents, and there was no record. I don't know if that was good or bad, but I like how this makes sense. Now, I was upset at first because I'm like, why the fuck would they charge me this much? I'm not working, blah blah blah. But it makes sense. So when I do start working, I'll just make sure that they deduct whatever amount I owe a week or a month, um, and it'll go directly to them. So it makes sense. Now, I'm glad I know the estimates without insurance, because honestly, when I used to have insurance, obviously the clinics or the hospitals would just bill the insurance company. But because I don't have no insurance on file, now I get to see the amounts. So 450 is my doctor's estimate, my new doctor's estimate, or at least the estimate of the doctor I'm trying to schedule an appointment with. Now, because I want to actually go directly to the emergency room, I don't know if that's a higher bill than just going to prenatal at the clinic. Um, but obviously I would have to schedule an appointment to kind of compare prices. And so my man received his insurance card yesterday, and it's I like it. It's kind of cute. It has exactly how much you would have to spend per visit. So it has on there like urgent care, specialists, ER visits, and stuff like that. So for a regular ER visit, they're already charging 400. So if someone like me with no insurance is being charged $450, with the insurance card, you pay $50 less. Now I have to find out if that's part of private or if it's like government. Um, and so yeah, they don't have the same insurance like they have in New York. So yeah, I still have to research and get all my info and facts straight as far as insurance go. But I did reapply, so hopefully I get my insurance card or something. um I don't want to add my kids to my insurance yet because they don't have access to me here yet. But eventually, once the petition is modified and shit like that, I can actually add them to my insurance plan. um but yeah, it's interesting to know the pricing for stuff. So it's like the same mentality that I used to have before. I used to hate when my kids used to get sick. I used to raise them as far as like, don't be getting sick. Make sure you let me know if you really don't feel good so we could go to the hospital, so we could go to the doctor. And if they just wasn't feeling well, whatever, I just handled it with like soups, um, over the counter meds, home remedies, teas, soups, massages, showers, blah blah blah. Um, but all this shit, if you really think about it, someone that's not like trying to be organized with their lives and trying to admit that this is their due, this is what has to happen, it's gonna have a hard time. Um, Especially someone that's not working out. As far as guys, this is easy to make, right? Because guys have double jobs. Guys, this is easy for a guy to make. Now, I'm not braiding. I'm not doing any sales at the moment. I'm not working. I was dependent on my financial aid. They playing over there. So it's like it's gonna take me a little bit of time. Thank God I have this, but it's like it's gonna take me a little time for it to get to you. Um, Hopefully I can get it to my kids by June so that I'm not the one interrupting any graduation fees, anything like that. That's just how I think. Um, so I'm not too upset at the order and I'm not too like jolly about it. It is what it is. I'm glad it's over with. I will be reopening the case though once I get a response from my attorney. Hopefully she doesn't ignore my contact, and hopefully by next year I can see my fucking kids like um out here like but hopefully I can make it to New York before I go into labor and after the baby is born. At least I plan to go back to New York at least twice So hopefully in June. If not, then it would have to be after the baby is born. Hopefully by Thanksgiving. I'm not sure if we're doing Christmas over there or we're doing Christmas over here. Part of me wants to ask my kid's father if he's willing to drive the kids over here. But because I haven't been in a vehicle with him, I don't know his driving tolerance as far as driving the amount of hours that you have to drive out here to get to here. I feel like that's more of their grandfather's ability. But because me and the grandparents are not on speaking terms like that, I don't even want to bother. I feel like that's something that the kids should be hyping. I feel like that's something the kids should be bringing up, and they haven't. So if they haven't, they really haven't thought about it, or they really are not paying it any mind. As a mother, yeah, that hurts, but I'll get over it. Um, I'm trying to enjoy my summer. I know they trying to enjoy their summer. It does sadden me, whether you see it in my face or not. It does, but I've been over this. I've been through this already. So it's like I'm the type of person that once it's been too many times already, I cannot keep reminding you. You need to fucking jot it down on the fucking calendar, jot it down in a fucking journal. Let your grandparents know. Let your girl know. Let your little girlfriends know or something. Like I'm tired of repeating myself. And when I get tired of repeating myself, eventually you won't be hearing from me. At least not on the same topic. Um so yeah, so hopefully and like I said, I feel like this university is a little petty. I don't think that they should have held my financial aid over no fucking GD transcript. I feel like by now I should be enjoying my little award as a student. And because they want to be trifling and pause my financial aid because the school has not received my fucking GD transcript is like irrelevant to me. If I was gonna still be a student there, of course you would have gotten the fucking transcript. I don't feel like that would have been a reason for you to hold my financial aid. And so they're talking about they can't register me for May until I pay the balance, which is like 3,000 something. But it's like if you knew you was gonna get your portion from financial aid, why the fuck hold my financial aid? So now they already received my 2023-2024 financial aid. So hopefully when they do receive my transcript, they could release the hold. And hopefully they could get their portion and I can get my award. Now they have yet to confirm if the 3,000 balance is off of just my portion or if it's um because it does add up, it does total up to the two classes I took, but it's not confirming if financial aid already paid for me to be a student there, if that makes sense. Um, and so I'm a little concerned because the GD people, they're like, it takes 4 to 10 weeks. 4 to 10 weeks. It's been about 2 to 3 weeks, and you should have received my fucking money order. In order for the school to receive my transcript. So I'm gonna wait another week or two, but I should be getting confirmation of when the fuck they receive it. The school should be confirming when the fuck they receive it, And upon receipt, I feel like they should release my shit. Get your money and let me have my money. And let me study in peace. Let me do my classes online in peace. I'm not there to try to mingle. I'm not there to try to make friends. So all that antisocial criticism needs to just stop. Um, Honestly, as an adult, I'm telling you, hop off my clip. Let me be a student. Let me do what I gotta do. Stop interrupting my growth. Stop trying to piss me off. Stop trying to make me feel like the fucking bitter black woman. Like, that shit is so overrated. Um, yeah, because I feel like you try the way New York try to vanish me, the way the government has been trying to, I forgot what the fuck is that word, but basically they've been trying to vanish me. Um, Nobody knew of me. Nobody knows about my whereabouts. Nobody know about what the fuck I'm doing. Because for a minute, I was real low, off the fucking radar. They knew where I was at, but I was off the fucking radar. So it's like, yeah, you trying to vanish the Latina, but because my kids is black, you trying to make me be the bitter black bitch, and I don't want to be the bitter black woman. So hopefully that makes sense. Um, I'm just interested in finishing school, updating my life, having great communication, great contact with my kids. Um, Hopefully mending some other relationships that need mending. Other than that, it is what it is. Um, I'm trying to eventually get to being an entrepreneur. Eventually raise my kids all together in peace. Okay, I don't know what the fuck they father be on. I could care less. I feel like he's grown. Him at 30 fucking 4 years old should be able to update me on my fucking kids. I shouldn't have to ask anything. It should be on site. Let the bitch know. So the kids give you an update. If you feel like that's something I should know, you should let me know. Why the fuck do I gotta fucking take a guess and figure out what the fuck are the kids up to today? No. I'm tired of hearing, well, have you called them? Call them for what? They should be calling me and letting me know shit. We in fucking 2024. Get it together. Um, in the beginning, yeah, I felt bad. I was calling my kids. I was calling the house, even though they had a fucking order of protection that said I couldn't call. I couldn't be near them. And for what? For what? I still don't have a response to that. So my attorney will need to find that answer from them, because I'm coming for them. I'm coming for them. Le estoy dando tiempo al tiempo, but I'm coming for them. Because that fucking blew minds for a couple of years, and y'all all know that shit blew minds. And I was still calling almost every day. But because they knew I was that kind of person, real hard-headed, real stubborn, they thought that they was just gonna manipulate that. And nah, that shit been ended. That shit been ended. I've told my kids, call me, keep in contact, don't be a stranger type shit. And then they think I'm gonna keep looking for them. No, no, no. We know exactly where you at. You're doing the same dumb shit, or you're doing the same shit. And I call it dumb shit because if you go a whole day as a fucking kid in a kid's place all day without talking to your mother, you full of it. You full of it. But and then y'all trifling. Your father did try to replace me with his bitch, and that shit didn't last. So what y'all thought, that was a new mommy? It just, like, sometimes little details, little shit that I found out just don't make no sense to me. It kind of triggered me. It kind of fucked me up a little bit. But thankfully, I get the experience of being a new mom again. Not that I'm replacing my kids or anything like that, but at least that little gap, that little void, is coming back. It's gonna be filled. It's not gonna be a gap anymore. So I do kind of still thank the fucking family court for at least clearing a whole bunch of cloudy shit, a whole bunch of cloudy shit. Them, I was able to see my kids for at least 2 hours at first, and then it gradually extended. You know, for them, I got to understand that, we wasn't doing shit. Like, it was cool pulling up to their grandparents' kid when me and their father was together, but that's all it was. And then we just binge watch movies, chilled. Sometimes me and him would take smoke breaks. The kids enjoy their grandparents, little shit like that. Like, that's what I thought they needed. I thought they needed to be with their paternal side of the family. But eventually, me as the girl that fell in love with their father, his girlfriend, like being his girlfriend at the time, and then transitioning to being a baby mother. Not easy. It was not easy at all. And emotionally, it drained me. Emotionally, it changed me. Emotionally, all this extra shit. So by them telling me I needed to have my visits at a public spot, it makes total sense. It makes total sense. So for those that be in situations where you're not understanding why the fucking court is saying this and that and the third, it makes perfect sense. And I actually thank him because I think it was his idea of pretending that he doesn't trust me with my kids and that we need to be at a public area. And then, the court agreed or whatever. But honestly, it was because he had a new bitch, a new kid, and he didn't know how to fuck all this was going to be broken down into facts, broken down into now I get to know. Of course. So I wasn't about to be all in his crib. Nah, baby mama probably up there. So it worked out. Basically, it worked out. Um, and what's still sad is after everything that's been known, after everything that we've done, after everything that, has been put into the air, has been put into the light, they still want to play dumb. They still want to play me. They still want to play dumb. They still want to act up. They still want to act like I'm dead, like I don't exist. And I hate his mother for that. I hate it. She thinks that not keeping in contact with me and not updating me on my fucking kids, I actually think that bitch is delusional. I feel like she must have went back in time. I don't know. I don't know. She must have went, she had a loss. And so she must have went back in time mentally or some shit and think that she's raising my kid's father and his bro through my kids, which is sad. But eventually I kind of got like what is that, like an epiphany or some shit earlier. I figured that's how it would go because I can't compare her to my mother. I mean, my mother has two sons, you know. One one is deceased, the oldest, he's deceased, and the youngest is still alive. But we was not raised together. So the better, how could I say it? The better proxy or the better person to do that is his mother, because she does have two sons. That's she just has two sons, and now she has three grandkids plus whatever she has with her husband. But I'm just saying, it made sense to have my kids grow up into young men with her help. But she's that type of person that because she's doing it, she needs to do it how she used to do it. So we was never existing when she raised my kid's father and his bro. So I guess that's how she's doing it. But it's like, bitch, do you really gotta be that bougie? Do you really gotta be that arrogant? Do you really gotta be that wicked? I don't know. I don't know. And I feel sorry for my kids sometimes because I'm like, when that lady leaves this earth, how are y'all gonna act? Hopefully by then y'all a little older. Y'all could get jobs. Y'all could finish school. But I don't know if I feel comfortable with that idea and then your father shit on you. And then you come in looking for mommy. It just I need the court to really understand and analyze that kind of situation, because you think you the shit by just, forming a child support order and thinking that, this is not going to bring problems, you know? And so that's the only issue I have with the court. But other than that, I'm very grateful that, through them, many things have been accomplished. Many things. I have more so of an idea of what the fuck is expected of me. I know what the fuck I need to provide as far as how to get my kids back. And the first main step was to have contact with them, to be able to see them because of that dumbass order of protection that he had on me. And thank God it was temporary. But I felt like that was a threat. Don't you ever threaten me about being able to see or be around my kids. Why the fuck didn't you put a permanent one? Why the fuck didn't you go put a permanent one if you got all these restrictions? Why the fuck was it just temporary? That was a threat. And so I need my new attorney, to really build a case around that. Because by him putting a fucking order of protection on me, it caused me days and years of not seeing or speaking to my kids how I want to see or speak to my kids. And once the shit was over, him being the one that put it on as fucking temporary, he didn't even update himself when the shit was over to be like, all right, this is enough. Now she gets a little time. No drop offs, no nothing. So it's like, what was the point? And so after you did what you did, you figured it was convenient for you to keep your mother around to supervise our visits. For what? What the fuck me and my mother need her to supervise our visits for? We spend just as much money. My mother alone spends just as much money as she does on her grandkids. So, I'm just there's just certain little things that I feel like the court should have really fixed before finalizing anything. And so it's just whack to have to file another fucking petition and then miss days of work or school to entertain the fucking case. Like, you gotta be honest with yourself. It's frustrating, but never am I gonna let that kill my vibe. Never am I gonna let that not let me pursue the fucking case again. Um, and so I'm just annoyed. So that's why I'm tapping. But I need to talk to my doctor. Uh, Probably get some counseling or some shit. See what a counselor suggests. Um, because I want to make sure I have all of resources and all my references put together for this next case. Um, and I'm still unsure about June's visit because, like I mentioned in one of my other videos, my oldest already doesn't want to take pictures. I'm not sure if it's by his own choice or his decision was manipulated. Um, and he already was like, I don't want to take pictures. What else can we do? What the fuck does that mean? Because you should know what else we can do. It's depending on what the fuck you want to do. And now because you don't want to do what the fuck I want to do, what the fuck do you want to do? Like, you can't just cancel my plans or my ideas and then be like, what should we do? You should have an idea that can top my idea. I feel like. So please get back to me on that one, because that's kind of funny to me. And then if you're not trying to take pictures and that's really what I want to do before I'm doing July, we might have to change that June visit. Um, Unless I'm able to switch the portrait appointment to the beginning of July, so I can make June happen if you let me know what the fuck y'all trying to do. Um, and it's just like, hopefully when he's in high school, maybe his mentality can mature a little bit more. Um, I don't want to let him go just like that. I feel like his father fucked up my high school experience by getting me pregnant. I fucked it up myself as well by not being on fucking birth control. Um, but I feel like I don't want his high school experience to be whack, and I don't want him to be angry in high school. I don't want him to resent his fucking mother in high school. Um, my mother never really had a high school experience, so I feel like he should feel how can I say, he should feel blessed because at least I know what the fuck is expected in high school. I know what the fuck to look out for. I know that high school experience, and I'm pretty sure high school hasn't really changed much since I've been in high school. Um, it's been what, 13 years. Um, it's been what, 13 years. He's about to be 14. Hopefully, I'm not mistaken. The grades. But yeah, I think he's about to start high school. If not, yeah, high school. Am I bugging? I need him to update me on that too, cause I'll be bugging. And my youngest is gonna start junior high school, so um, I don't think high school has changed that much. How they teach, what they teach, maybe, but or when they teach it, maybe, but as far as like social life and all that, I doubt it. I doubt it. But that's pretty much what I wanted to speak about as far as this topic. I have some other topics I want to briefly discuss, but that was really the main one because uh, I want him and his brother to really take in consideration, no matter how me and the father's relationship is, or whatever, no matter what they know about it, or whatever the case is, I feel like they should take into consideration. He also has to pay child support. I have to pay child support. So, kids are expensive. I want them to understand there are ways that you can avoid having a kid once you're in that kind of mindset. I do want you to protect yourselves and not be like certain folks that just have kids all willy-nilly and then don't know what the fuck to do with the kids and with themselves and whatnot. So this is really why I decided to really make these videos. I want my kids to remember I'm still honest, I'm still me, and there's no reason why you should be dodging me. And like I said, I do thank the court system, but I think I am gonna come back for this case. I'm not sure when. It would have to be after labor, after my baby. Hopefully before the end of the year. And I just know how annoying that really is to me. They be coming after my devices and all types of shit. Trying to maintain all the paperwork is not easy. I don't know who the fuck keep fucking with me, but it really has started since I initially submitted my petition. And I don't know if the government think I'm dumb or I'm slow or whatever the fuck is, but I really wish that that's not the case. I really wish that, I'm dealing with some immature hackers or some immature scammers or some shit, but you know, it just I can't believe my situation. I can't believe my case. And I can't even believe that I was in this situation to begin with. So that's really the point of this fucking video. Know your responsibilities, know your dues, and just have a positive mindset towards whatever you're now responsible for. Really think about it, take your time and really analyze it and really be like, nah, this makes sense. It does. Um, because by now I feel like, they should be thinking about what what um what to do with the $103. Now I'm kind of smirking because Just yesterday, I was watching some video on YouTube, a DMX, a DMX video. I heard he passed away. So if he did, may he rest in peace. I'm not sure. I'm one of those fans that I'm still not sure. But I think he was on the Breakfast Club a few years ago, and he was talking about how his wife, how him and his wife used to budget on groceries, grocery shopping, and how she used to spend $106, $107, $106, something like that, when they were on welfare and shit like that. So I think that is hilarious as far as, now those $206 that I gotta pay for child support a week is being split into $103 because I have two sons. So, yeah. I just thought that was kind of ironic. But anyways, I'm gonna end this video now.